Good morning, everybody. I'm Sharon Wilcox, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, coming live to you from Chesapeake, Virginia. How are you today? Today is St. Patrick's Day, and it is Thursday, March the 17th of 2022. If you're joining me live, welcome. If you're catching me a little bit later, well, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here to follow along and get some hopefully new ideas and just enjoy the morning relaxing. So, if you have friends that are not on Facebook, or if you prefer not to be on Facebook to watch me live, you can also catch me on my YouTube channel. I've been trying to upload them after each of my Facebook Live sessions, and so they are there under, I think it's under Stamp with Sharon Wilcox on my YouTube. So there you go. Good morning, everybody. Good to see you. And hello, happy Green Day to you too, Edie. So today I'm going to show you a really fun set and some papers that are back in stock. So let me flip down to my desktop, and I am having a few minor issues, and that is I readjusted my camera and my camera arm, and I got it as tight as I could get it, and it was still wanting to slowly creep down. So John got home from his appointment this morning and came up and tightened it with his big strong hands, but it is still wanting to kind of creep down. So every now and again you might see me do this number. So no big deal, right? Right. Okay. Um on page, I don't have my glasses. I think it's page 43, 42 and 43. We're going to look at the New Horizon. And this New Horizon was on back order, but it is in stock again. So I wouldn't wait too long because this is an extremely popular um, set, as well as the designer series paper especially. So I will show you I'll show you that here in just a moment. I was looking for the other one. Here it is. This one called Ocean Front. And you'll see this card here, duplicated something similar to that, and a couple others. So let's get right into all of this. Good morning, everybody. I either am fast or you girls are slow, but doesn't matter. I'm so happy that you're here this morning. So the New Horizon is back in stock, and I don't have the papers separated. They are 6x6 size, and I'm just going to kind of give you one of these to see some of them, and you'll see duplicates, which is awesome. It's the way it's supposed to be. Look at these. And the back side is just as gorgeous as the front side. Oof, look at that. Looks like an outer space or something. I don't know. They're just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And as you had saw, they are in the mini catalog. So they will be gone at the end of June. So don't hesitate. They've been on back order. They are now back. So I'm going to show you a couple things that I did do. And here is the ocean front. I'm going to show you a couple things with that. Here is the On the Horizon dies, which I love. Now tell me, who does not love a fence? I just love this. Love these. Love it all. So I haven't played with all of them, so I don't know what all of them do, but that will happen. And then here is the stamp set. Okay. I also brought in this one called Waves of Inspiration because I love this happy birthday. Who does not love the pelican? Living here in Chesapeake, we're close to the beach, so we do see pelicans a lot um, and things like that. So it's totally my kind of thing. Um, the Waves of Inspiration is a special stamp set that is available from the 1st of March through May 2nd, and it's for all the customers, everybody. And it does have an entire suite that you get. There are dies, designer series paper. The rhinestones are gorgeous. I used them on something else before I even opened the rest of it. And then this blue foils paper is just stunning. I don't have the waves. The waves should be right out here because I was playing with them. Oh, no, that's not it. I don't know where I put it, but I was using something, the dye from it yesterday. But, oh, here it is. It's hidden within my little stack. So there's the dyes for the waves. And I can see right away that I put this in there, and I do believe it goes in here. There you go. Yeah, it goes in this one. So anyways, here are the little rhinestones. The colors are just gorgeous. What do you guys think? I think you can see things a little bit better because I have a new light. You can kind of see the glare in here coming down, but I love the new light. I think it really works well. Here is the designer series paper for the waves. I haven't even cut into it yet. Haven't separated anything, but as you can see, it is stunning. It is beautiful. Oh, I just love it. A lot more of this chartreuse down here. So anyways, I think it's gorgeous. And the other thing that they have to go with it, which of course I have not used yet either, and I hope to be using this a little bit more, is the new foils. Now, this one is more silvery. It's kind of got a little bluish. It's supposed to be a light blue, but it looks a little more silvery in my personal opinion. But this one, oh, and this one, look at those. Whew, they are beautiful. They are beautiful. And there's nothing wrong with this one either, but it just doesn't look quite as bluish as I would like. So absolutely beautiful. Oh, Kim, good morning. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so if you want to know more about those, you can go to my website, which is very tiny print for some reason today. When I go to my other my other face of me, then you'll be able to see that a little bit better. So this Horizon cardstock or designer series paper has been on our it's been around now for just a little bit since the mini catalog came out, and these are not my ideas, but they are wonderful ideas, and I kind of did them my way as well. This particular, let me see if I can pull off a couple of these two, and I know I used this one. I'm not going to waste the time trying to find the other one. It's not that one, not that one. I've gone through quite a bit of this paper, so, but you can see these here. But this is something beautiful, fast, easy cards. Now remember, you know what, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. My camera is starting to do its thingy again. Yeah, I'm going to have to work on that. Let me zoom in just a little bit. So what I did here, and it makes it a very simple card. Oh, it's a little bit blurry. Oh, I hate technical issues. Anyways, is you take this 6x6 piece of designer series paper and you cut it into thirds, and then you end up with pieces like this. Not that one, I use that for something different. Okay, so you end up with pieces like this, and You have your front and your back. Okay, here's a really good example of one of the cards, this next card. Okay, where I just cut this. This is this corner, and this is this corner. So you see how that turned out. And then you layer it on top of a piece of designer series paper and mount it on top of a typical cardstock. So it's really a fast, easy, and I've talked to you before about taking a sip, stamps, ink, and paper. Well, this is the perfect designer series paper to do that with. And the interesting thing is when you do these is what color you put on the background here kind of changes the feeling and the mood. And I did create envelopes to go with. And it was simply by cutting another piece and putting it on the flap. That's all there is to that. Most of these I didn't do anything on the inside. I just made them as little note cards. But you can see how beautiful these are. Let me take that out from underneath there. So I'll just put these up there. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, you want to step it up just a tiny little bit. It's the same thing, but this time I added birds. And these birds are from the stamp set. Which one is it from? It's from On the Horizon stamp set. So we have our birds here. And I just put them on the actual designer series paper, and then I added them onto the card as well. I picked out a few different verses. I couldn't decide. I could have used some of them that were in this set. Some of them worked for what I was wanting, some did not. So I went ahead and pulled out peaceful moments and inspired thoughts. And I love both of these because they have a lot of different things in them. And with heartfelt sympathy is just one of my favorite. And I love the different fonts too. I love it when they mix the different fonts. So these are two really great word sets if you don't have some. So here's this one where I stepped it up just by adding. And this one is on the black, it says thank you, and this one is on the Night of Navy and with heartfelt sympathy. So you can change the mood by changing the background. Here's this one. I think it's the same one. And this time I added the little fence on it and put a happy birthday, put the pink behind it, and it just made it a little more jolly, you know, than having sheltering you with love at this time when words fail. It's such a beautiful verse. But you can use happy birthday with the same design. And of course, more for the envelopes to coordinate with. The flower one, I stepped it a bit too and added some of the fencing here. This and this, they're all the one die. I just cut it off so I could use it for 2 cards. But isn't that just beautiful? So this one's a little brighter and it's a happy birthday, and this one is sending healing thoughts your way. So the mood changes with your colors. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And then the envelope that coordinates with it. I mean, how beautiful. You know, I always say that, but it is. How beautiful is it to get an envelope that matches your cards? I just love that. So those are just some thoughts. There are literally tons and tons of ideas out there to do with your horizon. The ideas are endless, and it is really gorgeous paper. So the other one that I did was the ocean front. And needless to say, I love this. My thing is slipping down again. Let's do it again. Okay. Get John's big man hands up here again. Look at that. And we tightened every single thing. So anyways, here is the ocean front. And sometimes when you look at these stamps, it does seem to be a little bit confusing, but let's just go with this and let me show you what you can do. Let's see. Well, this card, I used more of the Horizons Designer Series paper. And I did use the set here, the Waves of Inspiration. So I have the bird and I have the pelican, but I have the thinking of you from On the Horizon. So whatever words work for you. But I thought that turned out really pretty. And what I stamped, this is basic. Oh, I didn't use basic gray. I used smoky slate for the birds. And of course, this is all the Designer Series paper, so that's already done for you. And that's what really creates this and makes it gorgeous. And I used crumb cake. No, here's the crumb cake. It was too light. I didn't care for that. So on this one, I used that other brown. Let me see which one it is. Early Espresso is what I used for this one. Early Espresso. And then I used black for the words. And on the inside, I put more birds and a little bit of sand. And look at this beautiful card. I put some water down here, used my little pelican. I didn't add any color to the pelican. I just kind of left him. But look at this Stampin' Boo Boo up here. Can you guys see that? I know I shouldn't point it out, but I had a shadow. Too much ink on that stamp. And no, I didn't do it just once. I did it twice. So yeah, silly me. But that's how that goes sometimes. Let me show you real quickly how I got this color for that pelican. And I'll use just a piece of scrap that I have sitting here. So ink up your stamp. And there are no dies for this pelican. I don't think there were. I hand cut them out. Maybe I should have looked at my dies. Oh, look at that. I hand cut them, but I didn't have to. There's our die for it. Sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I'm stamping and when I'm creating, I don't even think about the other elements that I have out there. I just get going and don't pay attention. So, but that's me. That's how I do things sometimes. So I'm going to use a blender pen. I love these blender pens. There's 3 in a pack. This one's a really nice wet one. Let me throw some glasses on here so I can see a little bit better. So I stamped it in our Early Espresso, and I don't need to add anything else. You just pull the color with your blender pen. The liquid is in the blender pen, and that pulls your color for you. And all I did was kind of make this come together a little bit more, keeping the same thing. I just wanted it to look a little bit more worn, because sometimes our stamps can just look a little too perfect. But isn't that cute? It's fast, it's easy. You can really create a lot of fun color by using blender pens. So if you don't want to invest in a lot of different inks, this is really a great way to go. But you can see how fast you can get your color to spread on this and just color that in. Isn't that sweet? I just love that. Fast and easy. Gotta love these blender pens. They've been around for years, and they're just awesome. So that's how I did this little pelican guy. Fast and easy. And then let me show you, let's see. This is the one that's like in the catalog. I did do an envelope to match. And what I added were the faux sea gems, the sea glass. And let me lift this up and see if you can see it. You see the little sea glass right here? It's really cute. And they're not too intrusive, so you wouldn't need any extra postage or anything. So on this, I used Pool Party, Balmy Breeze, and Sierra Sand to create this look. And I did use the Happy Birthday from the waves, even though I used oceanfront. And I did use some of the sea oats, and I used the little speckly for a little depth in the sand. And the rest of that just comes from stamping, because these are just so beautiful when they are stamped. Okay, the next one, I used our note cards and envelopes, and our note cards come like this. You're going to get 20 of each. They're on page 136 in the catalog, in the big idea book and catalog, and you're going to get 20 of these note cards and 20 of these envelopes for only $7. So this is a wonderful way to get you started with some paper. Well, here we go again. Let me lift you up one more time, little guy. Okay, they're already scored for you. You can see that nice score mark there. And we're going to go ahead and do this. Normally I would use a bone folder, but my bone folder is not sitting here next to me. So a lot of times I just use my acrylic block to crease, and it's just perfect. It's perfect. Gives you a nice crease on there. So let me show you this little card. And this created the look of a sunset. So fast and easy way to do this. And you can see the dye that I used. I love that dye. And some of the linen thread underneath. And let me show you the front of this really fast and easy, okay? I'll leave that one sitting there for you. And we'll start off with this one, with this stamp. And the first thing I'm going to do is ink it up with Bumblebee. Okay. And you can do it either way. You can take the stamp to the ink pad or the ink pad to the stamp. Either way. Whatever makes you happy and you're comfortable doing. Okay. And always close those up when you're done. So there's our beautiful Bumblebee. Next, I'm going to take Calypso Coral and using a sponge dauber. You could use your brushes too. I think it would work just as fine. But I'm using a sponge dauber because they always have a place in my stamping. And I'm going to take this down at the bottom here. Let's see. Let's go. Let's go this direction. Right here. It doesn't really matter. And we're just going to sponge this color on here. And I think you can probably see the color starting to appear. And it's probably darker than what I think it is. So you don't need a whole lot of ink. And then we'll take and stamp this up here at the top. And that gives you your beautiful sunset. Then this next piece is our water. And I've tried it with Pool Party, but honestly, I kind of like the Balmy Breeze color for the water a little bit better. But that's up to you. You decide what color you prefer. And again, either take the stamp to the ink pad or the ink pad to the stamp. Now this is a little little bright, so I like to stamp off first. You see how dark that is? A little too dark for me. And then you can see, I'm looking on the screen too so that you can see that. Can you see where you can see the sunset underneath the stamp? So bring that down so that you're right there. And honestly, I can't see it from where I'm sitting. So let me bring it down and I can look and do a little bit better. I'll move it back up so you can now see where I was. Okay, give that a little shoot. And look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love how these stamps just give you all that dimension and depth and detail. And then the next one plays on top of that one. This is the crumb cake ink. I use crumb cake a great deal. And again, I'm going to stamp this off a little bit because it is kind of dark. And then I'm going to just bring this in. I think I'm going to go this direction. And again, bringing that up over top of your water, just a smidge. Okay, look at how beautiful that is. That is so pretty. And you can add more if you wanted to. You could actually just extend it down just a little bit, and it'll give you a little bit more there. And I'm going to add a little bit of our thing. I'm going to stamp those off because they're a little too dark for me. But look at how cute that is. Fast and easy to create a scene. And then I took the sea oats and I just stamped them in the same crumb cake. And you can put these wherever you want them. So, so cute. And there's even this other little grassy piece here that you could stamp on there if you wanted. Or you can do more sea oats. But isn't that fast and easy? And then you can see I used this and I attached it there. I also did the birds and I used the slate, smoky slate is its color, and ink them up and just stamp them right up there so that you have your birds flying. And it's that easy to create beautiful scenes, whether you're using a standard size card or one of our note cards. And you wouldn't even have to have these dies to do this. Of course not. You can just stamp your sentiment right down here. And let's put one on here. Oh, well, you know what? That one, I don't have them all mounted. These I do. Here, let's use this one because it is one of my favorites. And it says, relax and enjoy the day. Well, let's use that. Let's grab a block. And I think I'll do it in the same crumb cake. But I want you to realize stamping doesn't have to be complicated and difficult. Stamp, ink, paper. Take a sip. That is all you need. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? And I could have brought in the blue and it would have totally changed the look of that. And then if you wanted to add some of these adorable little sea glass, I don't know about the rest of you, but when we were in Canada a couple years ago, we found a ton of sea glass and had so much fun looking and collecting it. And I was really surprised that John enjoyed doing that too. And there's different sizes here. Can you see? Some of them are, and they're all different shapes. I'm going to use a couple. I like this kind of greeny, but it's got a yellow cast to it. Put that right there in the sand. And this one is my favorite. Love this one. Let's use a couple of those because it's my favorite. And And it looks just like sea glass, honestly, girls. Oh, it's so pretty. Can't hardly see this one, but it's there. So, if you wanted to add ribbon or other things, you certainly could, but it is not one of those things that you have to do to make your cards look beautiful. I think just basic stamping and paper does the job. If you want to invest in dies, that's great too. I absolutely love it. So, ladies, so thank you. This has been a very busy week. We're helping Tammy buy a condo, so there's a lot that goes into that, and we're going to go look at another one today at 3. On top of all of that, I'm trying to do my taxes and having a home-based business. Taxes are crazy, with mine, John's combining, and all the different things that go into that. So it's not something I can just sit down, and it's not a quick and easy task by any means. So takes me a while to do that. So my time has been split between taxes and house hunting or condo hunting for Tammy and helping her with all of that. So life is crazy. Plus, it's so nice here. We've been in the 70s the last few days. This morning it was drizzly rain when I walked the boys, but now the rain has stopped. The sun is out, and it's going to be another 71, 72-degree day as well as tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to the beach or taking our bikes and doing something fun. I try to make sure that John and I do something fun together at least one day a week, even if it's just to go out to lunch in the middle of the afternoon, try someplace new. There's so many places around here. It's so much seafood. So it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I try really hard to do something fun with him because I do spend a lot of time up in this room. If I am not working on stamping, then I'm usually sewing. And if I'm not sewing and stamping, then I'm working on my taxes. So until next Thursday, ladies, have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I hope everybody is going to have some of that good old Irish corned beef and cabbage today. And until next Thursday, happy stamping. Do something fun and creative for yourself. Bye-bye.